against the cup holders this afternoon. Well, Manchester City arrive under new head side for Chloe Kelly playing again in the 2017 Manchester City have benefited by having their many England internationals moving back into the fold a little earlier ahead of this final than expected, after the Lionesses' scheduled match against Germany last Tuesday was postponed after one of England's backroom staff tested positive for coronavirus. But it's been a clean bill of health for both teams after international duty ahead of this showpiece occasion. Steph Houghton has been there and done it, knows what it takes. Let's check on the two lineups for you. Everton include former Manchester City player then Izzy Christiansen in their midfield lineup. She scored in the 2017 Manchester City Cup final win over Birmingham. Captain and Scottish international Lucy Graham's enjoying a good season. Summer signing Valerie Govan has hit the ground running with 5 goals in 8 games. A lot of new faces this season who've gelled really well so far.
Yeah, I think Willie Kirk has done a fantastic job so soon into the season. They have been outstanding, scoring goals, defending very, very well. They get back, they like to hit you on the counter-attack. And what a signing they made in Valerie Galvin, who is getting a start today if she has to. It's a FA Cup final, and certainly they will be looking to her to get some goals today.
Manchester City, as we've said, full of familiar names and internationals wherever you look. 8 England players, USA World Cup winners in Mewis and Lavelle, and capped by Scotland Caroline Weir. 3 former Everton players in the starting 11, Lucy Bronze, Alex Greenwood and Chloe Kelly, who played, as we've said, in the early rounds of the competition in the colours of Everton. So just about set here on what is a still and quite a calm day. It has been a little windy around parts of the United Kingdom over the last 24 hours or so, but mercifully no rain to be seen around kick-off time. Chloe Kelly playing against not just opposition today, but friends and former Everton teammates. But as a professional, she'll have her game head on today, Kelly.
Yeah, she knows a lot of the Everton players from having her past couple of seasons there. You know, she said in an interview that she hasn't actually spoke to them this week because of obviously the game and getting her head down and focusing. But yes, Chloe Kelly is certainly a young talent, broken into the England squad now, and will look to try and get on the ball and dictate from the left or the right. She can switch with Rose Lavelle. Chloe Kelly likes to play on the left-hand side and cut in and take shots onto her right foot.
All the players, the officials and the 2 benches take a knee to send out football's continuing powerful message: no room for racism. So the 50th Women's FA Cup final is underway at Wembley, hosting this fixture for only the 6th time, and both teams looking to win the competition for the 3rd time. Kelly, as you've said, you played in FA Cup finals. In the build-up to it, do you look upon it as a different way to get yourself set up for it, or see it as just another match?
It's a special game, special game. You know, they would have stayed in a hotel the night before and been around the Wembley area. You know, you just wake up in the morning, you just get such an excitement because there's so much emphasis. This, for me, is the best club competition in the world, and a lot of these players dream of this opportunity to play at Wembley, to lift that trophy, to walk up those famous steps and celebrate with your team. It truly is a special tournament.
Well, the FA were absolutely adamant that they would see the 2019-20 FA Cup competition to a conclusion after the season was abruptly ended in March at the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic. At the quarter-final stage, there were still 3 rounds, including today's final, to be played. So we're going to have an unprecedented situation of 2 FA Cup finals this season. Manchester City will expect to see plenty of the possession. One thing that Willie Kirk, the head coach of Everton, was saying after they dropped points for the first time in the WSL, and a 2-2 home draw against Brighton, is he wants to see his team pass the ball quicker and get crosses into the box quicker than they did that day.
And that's for their taliswoman, Valerie Galvin. She's fantastic in the air. If they can get good width play down the wings and get crosses in, she is a phenomenal talent in the air.
Ball given away cheaply there by Everton. It's Chloe Kelly. Didn't really get hold of the shot, but trying to capitalise on the mistake from the Spanish midfielder for Everton, Damaris Egarola. Sign of perhaps some early nerves there from Egarola. Here's Sam Mewis, drops kindly here for Kelly. Options to her right. It's Ellen White who has an attempted shot, well blocked by Danielle Turner. Manchester City forcing the play in the early exchanges. Alex Greenwood playing alongside Steph Houghton at the heart of the Manchester City defence. Ostensibly a left-back, Greenwood has played there before. Interesting that Gareth Taylor goes for that partnership again.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because Gemma Bonner has partnership Steph Houghton at the back on numerous occasions at the start of this FAWSL, but Alex Greenwood naturally is a left-footed player that would slot in beside Steph Houghton and give the team a little bit more balance on that left-hand side.
Here's Kelly, a little bit of freedom ahead of her here. Runs into traffic, heavy traffic. Everton have possession. Can they find a way out? Two players we haven't spoken about, Kelly, that Everton have brought in with some eye-catching summer recruitment. There's Nicoline Sorensen, the Dane, and Ingrid Wold as well, who joined the club this year. Two new faces at Everton that rather went down under the radar in the transfer market.
Definitely, and Ingrid Wold is probably one of the best right-backs, being from Norway. Great international experience. They've really slotted in and made themselves very comfortable in this Everton lineup. Ricky Seveke also, you know, they're beginning to make an impact now and just be really comfortable in this new look Everton side.
Stokes just caught a flailing hand there. Demi Stokes might need a little bit of attention. It was accidental. Sorensen's right hand just caught the face of Demi Stokes. Started both FA Cup final wins in 2017 and 2019. Began her career at Sunderland. Joined City in 2015. One of Gareth Taylor's experienced England internationals.
I think Manchester City have started really well these opening 6 minutes. They're on the front foot. They're looking to attack and get Everton on the back foot. But yet to see a shot on target.
at the growth of the Women's Super League is really growing these days. Willie Kirk, Everton head coach, says that the WSL in England is not the best league in the world yet. He reckons it will be in the next 2 years. There's a lot of good young talent coming through, and as we've seen and as we see out there on the Wembley pitch today, some big names from overseas joining the ranks.
And that's the thing, all the top players, whether you're from America, Sweden, Norway, Australia, all the top players now want to come to England because of the professionalism, the competitive nature of the game. Whereas years before, it was always Arsenal or Chelsea that were dominating. Any team can beat anybody on any given day, and that's the beauty of the game now in England.
Everton looking to threaten for the first time. Header was well judged by the Manchester City captain, Steph Houghton. Manchester City tried to open a play out for Stokes, couldn't do so. No Jill Scott in the Manchester City side. She is the assistant coach to Gareth Taylor, another of the former Everton players, but is on the Manchester City substitutes bench. Still fondly remembers her time at Everton, Jill Scott. She has a tattoo on her ankle, I understand, of the year that she won the League Cup with Everton in Roman numerals.
I think I actually played in that game. They beat us. No, but Jill is such a fantastic leader, has been one of the best midfielders for England and Man City over the last, I don't know, decade. She is obviously now coming to the end of her career and looking to take her coaching badges, and it's brilliant that she's now sharing her knowledge and experience and getting that coaching experience with Manchester City.
And you could see her moving into a head coaching role. She's never short of a few words, is she, Jill?
She's very bubbly, outgoing, loves the game, very passionate about it, and wants to stay involved in the game and manage one day.
Early pattern of the game is Manchester City possession, but neither goalkeeper threatened as yet. Kelly. Lucy Bronze. Down the line from Kelly. Good little turn of pace there from Sevica to make sure that she covered the run. Lucy Bronze. Greenwood, Stokes. Presented that rather easily to Ingrid Wold. It's a free kick. Referee Rebecca Welch in the right place to spot that.
I think Everton just need to stay concentrated now. Obviously it's 10 minutes into the game. They need to know their defensive responsibilities, which they're doing. They're getting numbers behind the ball and they're just trying to soak up the pressure as much as possible in these opening periods of the game. It's now the times like this where they need to keep the ball and keep it moving and try and hit their target player.
Agarola caught dwelling on the ball. This is Chloe Kelly, trapped all the way by Turner. Bronze. Kelly, one touch out of her feet and good looking cross. Needed dealing with by Wold. Opening corner of the game goes to Manchester City.
You can see Chloe Kelly down that right hand side, very lively. As soon as she gets the ball, you know, she wants to whip the cross in or she wants to take her player on 1v1. It's a decent cross this, ideally for Ellen White.
Greenwood with the City corner. This is Steph Houghton. Stokes happy to go back with Ellie Roebuck, who is the first choice Manchester City goalkeeper these days, with Karen Bardsley, her number 2. Most of the Manchester City attacking play in the opening 12 minutes has been down their right, where Chloe Kelly has been heavily involved. This is Houghton. Mewis looking for Kelly, rides the challenge of Turner. Cutback was looking for Caroline Weir, couldn't quite reach her. But Everton haven't been allowed to settle into any kind of rhythm so far by City.
No, they really haven't got out their own half. They're just trying to soak up the pressure as much as possible. But when they do get that ball, they must find Galvin or their front player, play off that front player and keep possession. You know, as soon as you're doing all the hard work of defending like this, and then when you win the ball, you want to keep it because it's going to come back down your throat again.
The voice of Arsenal legend Kelly Smith, England's all-time record goal scorer, alongside me for commentary, although Ellen White's closing in on that record a little bit.
She is, yeah. I'm a little bit worried. No, Ellen White's a fantastic player. We saw that at the last World Cup. I think it was 6 or 7 goals I think she scored at that tournament, which really put her goal tally up. And she's a phenomenal player, real poacher, real intelligent player in and around the box, and scores some fantastic goals.
Greenwood. Houghton is caught in possession there. Lucy Bronze round on the cover. And the free kick has been given by Rebecca Welsh, and Lucy Bronze was always at stretch there. The goalkeeper, Ellie Roebuck, was committed, and Everton have a good set-piece situation here. A yellow card for Lucy Bronze. Hayley Raso made the run forward for Everton.
It was an initial mistake there by Steph Houghton, very not like her. Was it a foul? I think Lucy Bronze actually won the ball and then followed through after.
She clearly got the ball first. The first booking of this 50th Women's FA Cup final. Lucy Bronze takes her place in that Manchester City wall. An opportunity for Everton. It's blasted over the bar in the end by Hayley Raso, but it opened up there. Egarola was on the scene too.
Everton are going to be a threat, especially at set pieces in and around the box. Definitely.
It's Egarola who got the final shot in here, the Spaniard.
You know, they're not going to see a lot of the ball, as we've seen this the opening minutes, but if they can get a set piece or just play their way into the game, a long range shot.
Notice that Egarola is wearing a Christian name on the back of her shirt, Damaris. She was born in the USA, incidentally. She has a Basque father, a Dutch mother. Had a spell with Athletic Club Bilbao. The fact that Everton had that first meaningful shot at goal will boost their confidence here. Willie Kirk, 3 years in charge of Everton.
He's done a fantastic job with Willie Kirk. You know, when he came in a few years ago, he had to keep the club up. They were in the relegation zone, nearly going down, and now they're playing an FA Cup final. Big name players left. Jill Scott left, Tony Duggan left, Lucy Bronze, Nikita Parris, and he had to re-galvanise this squad, and he's brought them right back to the top where they belong.
Well, he sat down with his players at the start of last season and said what the objectives were: to finish in the top half of the league. They did that. They finished 6th in what was a curtailed season, and the other objective was to get to Wembley, and they've done that. But now his challenge really is not allow his players just to be happy to get to Wembley, but to go on and lift silverware, and they're growing, as I've said, in confidence here now. There's 1 or 2 questions being asked of Manchester City defensively. Oh, this is a good run by Caroline Weir. Lavelle, Mewis, fellow USA World Cup winner, back out with Weir. Lavelle was outstanding for the USA in the last World Cup, absolutely brilliant.
Ellen White should do better there. She could just see her clapping her hands, as in frustrated. When the ball's played into you like that, centre forward, you must keep it, not let the defender get on the other side of you. But it was a great run there through the middle of the park with Caroline Weir creating, dribbling through, and then passing the ball out to Lavelle.
Weir. Lucy Bronze, who I think can count herself quite unfortunate to get that yellow card. Just momentum really after winning the ball in that challenge of Hayley Raso that took her into the Australian international. There is no VAR in use for this cup final. Useful ball in, and Wold had to make sure that she guarded that header away, at least for now. Manchester City back at them with Mewis, and now Kelly makes room for the shot, struck it well. Ellen White looking for the pieces of goalkeeper Sandy McIver, but there weren't any. But really excellent shot from Kelly.
That's what she does best, Chloe Kelly. She gets isolated 1v1 on the outside, shifts it from right to left on her weaker foot, hits the target, but she's knocking. Her and Lucy Bronze have a fantastic relationship down that right-hand side. When Chloe Kelly comes in, Lucy Bronze can get on the outside. It's a great partnership.
Chloe Kelly was top scorer for Everton last season. She turned down the offer of a new contract to join Manchester City. Here's Lavelle. Weir. Stokes found that difficult to move on to. Pass was struck rather quickly at her. Sorensen winning a throw out of Demi Stokes. Nicolene Sorensen, who joined Everton earlier this year from Bromby, leaves the throw for another of the Scandinavians in the ranks, the Norwegian Ingrid Wold. Played in both of the last 2 World Cups for Norway. Approaching the midway point of the first half. Sandy McIver brought into her first save of this final.
It's a routine save. She got down well. Good strike by Chloe Kelly off the left foot.
Lucy Bronze. Such a strong running fullback, Bronze. Kelly. Now, was that obstruction? I think it was. Lucy Bronze wins the free kick.
This is Lucy Bronze's second stint back at Man City. She left to go to Lyon, won numerous Champions Leagues there, but decided to come back to Manchester City because she said she wants to win the Champions League with her club of Manchester City, and it shows great eagerness and desire to come back and try and do that.
She won this competition, Lucy Bronze, in her first spell at the club back in 2017. Caroline Weir, the Scottish international, will take the free kick. A little bit too shallow and needed an interception from Gauvin. Not really had anything to feed off yet, the French international striker for Everton.
She's doing her defensive work. She just hasn't been on the receiving end of any crosses or having the ball at her feet, holding it up, bringing Everton, her teammates in underneath her, because Everton are struggling to keep possession of the ball.
See if they can do this time. And there was the attempted service for Gauvin. Through ball from Lucy Graham, didn't reach its target. And it's a clear foul. And a yellow card has been issued there to Hayley Raso.
That was just a little bit of over-eagerness there. Mistimed the challenge. Kind of a silly foul. You don't really want to be doing that in that part of the field. Just a little bit naive in her play there, Hayley Raso.
Here is Gauvin, goes for the early shot. Trying to catch out Roebuck before the goalkeeper could begin to get herself set. It shows the sharpness of mind that Valerie Gauvin has.
Yeah, she's alert here. One quick look up to see where Ellie Roebuck is. Not the best of shots, but just the arrogance of it, I guess, to take that shot so quickly was pretty good.
Goalkeeper required here to brave save that from Sandy McIver. Just for a moment, didn't look like she was coming, but got there in the end to deny Sam Mewis.
Brilliant ball there by Alex Greenwood, looking for Sam Mewis over the top. And that's what Sam Mewis gives you, those deep runs from deep. Very hard to pick up and mark. She shows her strength there.
Sam Mewis has got 3 goals in the last 5 games. Used to be a striker once upon a time, in the days at Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Kelly. Demi Stokes with the throw. Phil Neville, the England manager, in attendance. Knows quite a few out there, doesn't he? And soon to be leaving his post, Kelly.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, you know, the last few performances of England haven't been at the levels that they should have been. And obviously got a new manager coming in now.
Typical run this from Sam Mewis. Good break here for Chloe Kelly. Stopped out by Sevica for a Manchester City throw. Chloe Kelly. She's certainly had many more touches than any player out there on the pitch. Chloe Kelly, she's earned Manchester City their latest corner.
That's really good defending there by Danielle Turner. She stood up, she watched the ball, she ushered her out. She's going to have her hands and feet cut out, is Danielle Turner, especially playing up against Chloe Kelly, a player in such good form.
Greenwood with the corner. Dangerous area, and Everton defend it well. That was really well delivered corner kick from Alex Greenwood. Weir. Steph Houghton. Greenwood. Poor marking there by Everton. This is Mewis. Measure the cross, looking for Weir. It's turned aside by Christiansen. Manchester City have only won 2 of their opening 5 WSL games so far this season. Only lost the one. The fact that they're off the pace at the moment, behind the current pace setters, Arsenal, Kelly's former club, at the top, and Everton 4 wins and a draw out of their opening 5 league games. So Everton are the more of the formed team, but Manchester City have got all the experience and indeed of this particular arena. Everton here for the first time. And Manchester City looking the more likely to open the scoring here. Lavelle trying to get it through to Ellen White, nearly. So good, Ellen White, moving on to those threaded passes. Everton just about slammed the door shut.
Everton are just happy just to let Manchester City have the ball in their own half. You know, let Manchester City come onto them. And then when they do, they can press. They need to keep this ball better.
And they're getting bodies forward here. The pass was lacking quality from Lucy Graham. Demi Stokes. Iguarola just feeling a knock in the centre of the field. Bronze. Kelly looking for White. Ellen White will get on the end of this, but the flag is up. Flag was up quite early there from Sian Massey Ellis. Plus experience of running the line in the men's Premier League. Sian Massey Ellis, and quite right to raise the flag.
It's close, very, very close.
Good steal from Wold. This is Finnegan. Sevica. Just happy to get a feel of the ball at the back here, Everton. Is this final played out more or less as you expected, Kelly, or any surprises?
No, I expected Manchester City to be on top, especially the first opening encounters, being on the front foot, taking the game to Everton. There's probably a little bit of nerves from Everton early doors. Most of them haven't played in a big FA Cup final like this, whereas Manchester City have experience all across the field of playing in big games. So yeah, it's played out similar to what I thought it would. I just thought Everton would keep the ball a little bit better. When they do get it, when it's turned over, it's just losing the ball and then it's coming back down their throats again. So, you know, in order for them to get higher up the pitch, they must keep the ball, rotate it.
Alex Greenwood bringing Manchester City forward. Stokes free to her left. Greenwood looking for one of those many little channel runs that Ellen White provides.
Ellen White's movement is always very good in the middle of the park, running off the defender's shoulders, trying to get the ball into feet. It just hasn't happened for his opening 33 minutes. I think that's Bill Kenwright, isn't it? Behind the mask there. Part of the hierarchy at Goodison Park for many a long year now. They've really galvanised this women's team, you know, taking them under their wings. The Everton Men's Club, they train at the training ground, they have the same facilities as the men.
Former Everton player, of course, current England manager. This is Wold. Good looking cross. That's the kind of ball that Govan has been thirsting to attack.
That's what she lives and breathes for, those kind of crosses off the back shoulder of Alex Greenwood or Steph Houghton, or getting in front of those two players. This is her bread and butter. This is where she gets a lot of her goals, because she's so good in the air.
Incidentally, Valerie Govan played all but 14 minutes of France's recent European qualifying games, and amongst that scored the fastest ever women's international goal, a 10-second strike in an 11-0 win against North Macedonia. So her name is in the record books. Gorgeous little touch around the corner there from Lavelle. She's got White looking for the pass. Was she onside? Flag staying down initially. The assistants are told these days not to raise the flag too hastily, but she did look on first viewing that she'd gone too early.
Yeah, she arcs her run well, Ellen White. Yeah, a little bit too early. Maybe Rose Lavelle could have released the ball a little bit earlier. But that's what Rose Lavelle does so well. She drives into the space, she creates players to come to her, and then really just releases the ball at the last second.
Graham did well under pressure. Turner just couldn't gather in the pass. But full credit to Everton for the way they've kept Manchester City out in the opening 35 minutes. They've had some good positions, City.
I think they'll be very happy with the way the opening minutes have gone. Still 0-0, they're still very much in the game. Yes, they're under the pressure quite a bit, but they probably would have expected Manchester City to have a lot of the ball. They just sit back, soak it up, do no defensive responsibilities, get bodies in front of the ball.
Mewis looking for Lavelle. Everton covered the gaps. She's beginning to get herself into the game now, though, Rose Lavelle. Of course, Lavelle and Mewis not the only USA World Cup winners that have come into the WSL. Kristen Press, Tobin Heath gone to Manchester United, Alex Morgan to Tottenham.
Yeah, they're finding the feet is Tobin Heath and Press at Manchester United, scoring in their game recently before the international break. They've settled in. I think Casey Stoney's done a fantastic job in getting them to the club. It's great to see such top US players now playing in this English league.
That's what's improving the level, the competition. As Kelly was touching on earlier, it used to be a mini league really, the WSL. Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City. But under Willie Kirk, Everton a growing power. As you mentioned there, Casey Stoney with Manchester United. Some rain falling now at Wembley. Just slick the surface up a little. Yes, you'll get the occasional hefty scoreline here and there, but not as many as used to be the case. And we're still awaiting our first goal in this FA Cup final. Steph Horton finding Lucy Bronze. Both started their careers up in the northeast with Sunderland. This is Greenwood. Stokes. Lovely pass into the feet here of Caroline Weir. She's got options, may go for goal herself here. It's deflected away for the corner.
She did well there, Caroline Weir. She ghosted into that space, unmarked. Naturally on her left foot, but decides to take it inside. The space opened up for her, just trying to curl it round. They're starting to knock now, Manchester City.
Player for player marking here from Everton for this latest Alex Greenwood corner. Good delivery, her head is in. Sam Mewis makes the breakthrough. Well, Everton had a sign of the quality of Alex Greenwood's left-footed deliveries from corners. And Sam Mewis rose majestically, unmarked, and powered the header into the back of the Everton net.
Great delivery there by the left foot of Alex Greenwood. She has such quality. She can put it on a plate for you. Sam Mewis, probably one of the tallest players on the pitch. How she goes unmarked is beyond me. Free header, nobody's marking. Savecki doesn't even get close. It's an easy header for Sam Mewis. No one's touch tight, putting any kind of pressure on her. She won't get an easier goal than that.
Well, all Everton's hard work defensively, and Willie Kirk would have worked diligently on that in the build-up to this final, undone as they went slack from the set piece.
Notice how she ran over to Alex Greenwood because she's so appreciative of that quality of the cross. She put it right into the mix, right into the area where Sam Mewis was.
Did notice that the Everton goalkeeper Sandy McIver didn't have too much room to come out and try and take a charge. Chloe Kelly was blocking her route. Mewis continues her recent excellent goal-scoring run. 4 goals in 6 games now. Turner trying to turn back to McIver. Has to be careful here, the Everton goalkeeper, Sevica. Egarola. Grazo. Govan. Sorensen is free here. Christensen making a good run into the channel. Oh, she fouled by Greenwood. Yes, said the assistant on this near side, Natalie Aspinall.
That's one of the first times where they found Galvin in the middle. She's played it out to the right and then got up the pitch really, really quick. Needs to be more. Find Galvin in the middle of the park. She's so great at holding the ball up and bringing other players into it. You know, they keep bypassing her, or the quality of the passing to her is not good enough.
Or can Everton pounce from a set piece? Former Manchester City FA Cup winner Izzy Christensen with the free kick. Largely zonal marking here from City. It's a deep one and should be the goalkeepers. It's a good take from Roebuck. Steph Houghton won't stay down on the ground too long. She's tough as teak.
Ellie Roebuck does well here. The commando area, rise up in between those two players of Rasso and knocks Steph Houghton along the way. Houghton won't mind as long as Roebuck has the ball in her hands and safe hands.
Christensen turns neatly away from Lavelle. Plenty of options ahead of her. It didn't quite work out though for Mikaeline Sorensen. Tracks back here with Lavelle. Keira Walsh getting a name check for the first time in the final. The holding midfield presence for Manchester City.
Mentioning Keira Walsh's name quite a lot. She's the quarterback of this team. Everything goes through her. She's been bypassed a little bit. A lot of the ball and the possession has come from Houghton and Greenwood. But Keira Walsh just needs to stay, you know, in concentrated in the middle there. She's the one blocking the passes off into Galvin, and that's why Everton are having a hard time in finding her feet.
Started both previous cup finals for Manchester City. Keira Walsh scored the 2019 win, the 3-0 success over West Ham. But it was Kelly's former club Arsenal that used to dominate this competition in the past. Manchester City are the current holders, seeking to win it for the third time in 4 years. City hadn't won a single trophy prior to 2014, in by Lucy Bronze, straight into the grateful gloves of McIver. Now Christensen, putting a little bit more pace and quickness into their passing. No offside. This is Govan, touches heavy and allows Steph Houghton to recover, but they were looking for an offside flag, which didn't come there, Manchester City.
Yeah, Galvin pulled out to the left, clever run, arced her run. Brilliant ball over the top. Manchester City playing a high line, but then just that extra heavy touch for Galvin, which enabled Steph Houghton to slide tackle there, and she looks injured now.
And this is a worry for Willie Kirk on the touchline. The star striker nursing what looks like a painful injury here after the Houghton challenge.
Definitely onside, held her run really well, and Houghton just comes through with the studs, with the cleats at the bottom. Oh, right on the ankle. She's actually holding her knee. That looks sore. Hopefully she'll be all right and can continue on, because she is a massive key player for this Everton side.
Just the momentum. Slide on the wet surface that took the Manchester City captain into the French international. This will be a real blow for player and club if she can't recover from this. And a pity for the showpiece final itself if we lose Valerie Gauvin. worried Everton players and coach right now. When you're down as long as Govan has been here, it's not always a good sign, is it?
No, I've been in this position before where you know there's potentially some damage and you can't continue. Hopefully this isn't the case with her.
Well, we are on the cusp of half-time, so we don't have to make an immediate decision here. Could review it in the dressing room. At the moment, Everton will play on without her. But no signal yet from the bench from Willie Kirk. I think, given where we are in terms of the match, it's understandable he doesn't want to make a hasty call on this.
Yeah, you want to get her into the dressing room as quickly as possible, get the medics, get her on the table, get the medics to assess her knee, ankle or whatever the problem is, and try and get her back out for the second half. You don't want to make a substitution right now, kind of defeat the Everton team a little bit, I think, seeing their key striker go off just before half-time.
We're into the 49th minute. There wouldn't have been a great deal of additional time had it not been for the injury for Govan. A lengthy walk to the dressing room shortly. That might test out the injury. It's appeared to be just below her knee. Just Everton be hoping it was just an impact rather than any kind of twist. So officially just a minimum of one additional minute. Rebecca Welch brings the half to a conclusion. Manchester City have dominated possession and territory. Sam Hughes from an Alex Greenwood corner in the 40th minute has Manchester City halfway towards another lifting of the FA Cup. Just one shot from Damaris Egarola, which finished well over the Manchester City crossbar, is what Everton have provided in an attacking sense. Half-time at Wembley in the 50th Women's FA Cup final. It's Everton 0, Manchester City 1.
My name is Henry, working within Amazon Transportation Services. I immediately saw the challenge of climate change. We want to be sustainable, but when you have a truck covering over 300 miles, or you have flights going hundreds of miles, it's a bit more challenging. We are letting the data guide us to the best solution. It's inspiring to try to solve a problem that nobody else has solved. That's super exciting.
There are moments in life when all the greats are tested.
But they persevere, adapt, and never, ever give up.
Ohio, that's you. You've saved countless lives and slowed the spread.
But we can't let up. We need to stick to our game plan, because we know it works.
That way we can return to doing all the things we love and enjoy.
With our families and our friends.
Ohio, when we stick together, we always win.
It's up to all of us.
Well, let's look back on the highlights of the first half, where we expected Everton to be competitive. They've had to do a lot of defending. They've had their occasional forays forward, though, Kelly Smith.
There's a mistake there by Steph Wharton, which is very uncharacteristic of her. And then Lucy Bronze brings down Hayley Raso, who picks up a yellow card. But I think Lucy Bronze just nicks the ball ahead of time, but then follows through and Raso comes to the ground. And it's a free kick.
Yes, Lucy Bronze can be counted a little unfortunate to have got a booking for that from the resultant free kick. Danielle Turner, who tried to go underneath the wall. It led to an opening for the Spanish midfielder Damaris Eguirola. Just unable to keep her shot down. Manchester City then really began to find their rhythm going forward. It would lead to Chloe Kelly stinging the hands of Sandy McIver.
She's ever so dangerous, isn't she, Chloe Kelly, when she gets the ball at her feet. You know, she loves to take defenders on. She shifts it from right foot to left foot on a weaker foot. It's a good save down at a near post by Sandy McIver.
Looking to score against the team that she played for in the competition only last season, Chloe Kelly. Sam Mewis, we know about her driving runs from midfield, and stopped in her tracks there by the alert McIver.
Yeah, it's a brilliant ball over the top. Clever run by Sam Mewis. Heavily tackled at the end there, but she's so dangerous when she comes from deep because she's so hard to pick up and mark because she's so strong and powerful in her running.
Valerie Govan has not had too many crosses to attack, but this was one from Ingrid Wold.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting more of Everton to do, especially down this right-hand side with Sorensen. You know, it's a brilliant ball in. Galvin likes to get across her mark and try and get her head on the ball. But Everton needed to do more of this in the first half because she's so deadly in the air.
Next Manchester City attack saw Caroline Weir very much involved.
Yeah, she finds herself in a brilliant position here, Caroline Weir. Openly marked, puts it onto her right foot, her weaker foot. She's naturally gifted on her left foot, but saw the space on the right and it's deflected away, and this actually leads to the corner kick for the goal.
Alex Greenwood had already delivered a couple of very good corners. This one was right on the money as well. And Sam Mewis was a giant inside that Everton penalty area and untroubled as she scores the only goal so far in this cup final.
Absolute peach of delivery there by Greenwood. The whip, the pace on it, and Sam Mewis, one of the tallest players on the pitch, is not even marked. It's mind-boggling.
So the USA World Cup winner has Manchester City one up at the break. In terms of what we've seen so far, Everton have had their attempts. Manchester City have just edged it, but look at that second column. There's nothing on target yet to trouble Ellie Roebuck in the Manchester City goal. Everton still awaiting their first corner as well. There's been one booking each. Hayley Razzo for Everton, Lucy Bronze for Manchester City, and as we expected, City dominating the ball. Just over 2 months ago, Manchester City were at Wembley to contest the Community Shield final against Chelsea. It was the first season opening showpiece for 12 years, and it was watched for us by Steve Wilson.
Oh, and City have lost possession a little carelessly there. G with the forward ball, and Sam Kerr is in behind here for Chelsea. Sam Kerr, side netting. Big chance that. Expect her to take it. It's a good run this by Lauren Hemp. And she's still going, she's done really well. Millie Bright got her foot in. Stanway, good save. Good save that by Berger. Well hit by Stanway. This is G. Oh, Jill Scott's got her foot in. Georgia Stanway's onto this for City. Well saved, but Kelly hits the post. Unlucky Chloe Kelly, did really well. That's a good ball, Fran Kirby. Stokes is struggling to catch her. It's Kerr, and she's missed again. Great chance for Sam Kerr. Here's G. Oh, that's a hefty challenge by Jill Scott. Referee has said play on, and Sam Kerr is in behind the City defence here. It's Kerr, and it's well wide. Another one goes astray from Sam Kerr. There's a very hefty challenge in the build-up to this. A good advantage for Kerr to take on and then ultimately miss the chance. But Jill Scott here on G, and that is a second yellow card for Jill Scott. Lupos. Still probing and pressing Chelsea, always with G, finding Millie Bright. Oh, what a hit by Millie Bright! Struck it really well, and Roebuck couldn't get near it. It's a great strike from Millie Bright for Chelsea. Mjelde. G back into Mjelde. Mjelde's cross, Steph Horton was there, and Erin Cuthbert makes it safe for Chelsea. The substitute sweeps home to make it 2, and the Community Shield will belong to Chelsea for sure.
Welcome back to Wembley Stadium, where Everton are going to start the second half with Valerie Govan patched up, as you can see, after that late first half injury following the tackle from the Manchester City captain Steph Houghton. But Everton will hope that they've patched up Govan as best as they possibly can, because she is so key to their hopes, Kelly Smith, of getting back into this final.
Yeah, she certainly is. Just watching her in the warm-up, the Everton players were just striding out. She doesn't look happy. You see the grimace on her face when she's running. It looks painful. It'd be interesting to see these, opening 5 to 10 minutes, whether she can run through it and play through the pain that she's obviously receiving in that area. Got to keep an eye out for her.
Sam Mewis hoping to add an FA Cup winners medal to her World Cup winners medal in 2019 with the USA, and it's Mewis's header which has Manchester City in front. I should point out to you that if we are level at the end of normal time, there will be 30 minutes extra time, and if needed, penalties. Interesting to see once she makes her first sprint, Govan, how she copes with that. Here's Demi Stokes. Manchester City looking for a quick start to the second half. Stopped in her tracks though well by Finnegan. Here's Lavelle. Mewis given room to turn, and it loops up kindly for McIver.
You can't give Sam Mewis that amount of time at the top of the box. She's a brilliant striker of the ball. As she turned, there was acres of space. You have to get touch tight. You can't let a player of that quality have that amount of time. It's too dangerous.
Good striker, left or right foot, Sam Mewis. Everton close things out in midfield. Here's Lucy Graham. Not seen much of her so far today, the Everton captain. But she's been amongst the goals in both the League and Cup this season with 6. Had more of a defensive head-on today so far. Manchester City have forced that issue. Govan didn't fancy a 50-50 with Lucy Bronze there. Wisely so, I think. But as Kelly has pointed out, she's certainly not moving freely there, which is such a shame from Everton's perspective and for all neutrals watching on in this final. Willie Kirk will have a close eye on the French international. Yes, she's the main source for an Everton goal and an equaliser, but he won't want to take too many chances going forward to worsen whatever the problem that Govan has. So it's a balancing act that's going through his mind right now. It's seen out by the experience there of Houghton against Graham. That's a sign of the adventure that Lucy Graham will try to bring to her game and the Everton cause in this second half. Greenwood. Finnegan can't go back to McIver and nearly had a pocket picked by Demi Stokes. Still some work to do here for Finnegan. All a bit untidy. It'll end with a Sevica clearance. I was going to ask you, Kelly, what's the tactical route for Everton to get back towards an equaliser here, but of course that's really governed by the fitness or otherwise of Govan, I think.
Yeah, and that player there just on the screen, Izzy Christensen, she's a key player for them in the middle of the park. She needs to get on the ball a little bit more and link the play from the defence through the midfield up to the forward line.
Yes, we've not seen a lot of Izzy Christiansen in this final yet.
She's an experienced player, you know, having played the last few years out in Lyon, getting that experience, obviously playing for England too. She's a leader on that part. She'll be bossing her teammates around, telling them what to do, trying to get them back involved in this game.
Free kick has gone against Everton. Razzo just trying to buy a free kick out of Alex Greenwood, who stood her ground well. Liverpool-born Alex Greenwood, formerly in the Everton ranks. A brief problem there for Rose Lavelle, but says to Rebecca Welsh, the referee, I'm okay. Fitness will play a part in the second half here. It's a big pitch. Kelly Smith will tell you that at Wembley. Energy sapping. It's not just about the physical element, it's the mental side of a cup final too.
Yeah, that's where you have to play the game, not the occasion. You know, it's just another 90 minutes of soccer. Whereas if you're going in with the mentality like this is a massive final, we put added pressure, it saps your energy, just play the game. And that would be my advice to a lot of these Everton players that don't have that experience of playing in big cup finals. A lot of these Manchester City players have done this before, time and time again. And you can see them taking ownership on the pitch.
City players in Mewis and Lavelle who've played in a World Cup final. Measured ball out from Wold. Here's Christiansen. Back with Ingrid Wold. But Everton have got to leave it all out there. Willie Kirk will expect nothing less. Cup final showpiece occasions down the years, men's and the women's game. It's passed some players by, you don't want that. Greenwood looking for the diagonal. Chloe Kelly is swift, but she was never getting there. Such a good outlet on the right side of their attack though, Chloe Kelly.
Alex Greenwood has that in her locker, that long diagonal pass out to the right. So Chloe Kelly is always on the front foot, ready to, as soon as Alex Greenwood gets that ball, she knows that potentially the ball could be coming travelling that distance and find Chloe Kelly at her feet.
Mentioned earlier about Chloe Kelly playing in the early rounds of the competition when she was an Everton player last season. The FA changed the rules with the competition being carried over into this season and allowed 6 new registered players, so she became eligible. Being cup tied was scrapped. So I think you could argue a case she'd get a winner's medal whatever happened today. Might be an interesting trivia question in the future, that one.
No, even if Everton win today, Chloe Kelly won't get a medal.
No, I'm sure that's the case. He's been a little bit naughty there. But she was right there in that Everton dressing room when Willie Kirk was saying, come on, we've got enough elements to go on and reach the cup final. They've done exactly that.
It's a great achievement.
Yeah, it is. They're making giant strides. But they weren't coming here to make up the numbers, and they're still competitive against the holders. Horton. Driving run into midfield from Steph Horton. Rose Lavelle onto Weir. Gets a shot away! And now Kelly! Great save from McIver. It's an absolutely brilliant save from Sandy McIver. Crucial at this moment in the game.
Wow, absolutely outstanding save there. Steph Horton does fantastically well, drives into the space, finds Rose Lavelle out onto the left. Caroline Weir with the underlap, straight onto the post. But Chloe Kelly does so well, but Sandy McIver, what a save that is. Keeps her team in the game.
Well, she looked a certain scorer there, Chloe Kelly.
I think he got a little rebound off of one of the Everton players too.
Another Greenwood corner. And this time the header doesn't find the Everton net. I think she deserved that. Sandy McIver keeps Everton very much in the contest. Had they gone 2-0 down, might have sapped the energy levels a little. He was once on the books of Manchester City, a goalkeeper, a young age. Has been called up to the Lionesses squad previously, but still awaits her first senior cap. So beaten by the Weir shot, but what a recovery.
Izzy Christensen, as she dived down, hit her on the shoulder, then McIver up and over the bar.
Probably made it an even better save. Just looking at Govan now, she looks to be moving a little easier, but I still wouldn't say she's 100% mobile. Manchester City wanting to take a quick throw there, but there's a problem for Hayley Raso. Australian international will need some attention. There's no underestimating how important that Sandy McIver save was from Chloe Kelly. Raso fit to resume. Everton men's team going very well this season under Carlo Ancelotti, who sent a good luck message to the team for today. Now freedom in midfield. Sorensen, can she pick the right pass? Raso looking to...
There's that early cross that they're looking for.
Yeah.
As
Corner.
soon as the ball went out to the right, you could see Raso's first thought, get the ball out of your feet, whip it in, try and get Galvin in the air.
Hayley Raso is limping now. Doesn't look too promising after that earlier challenge. She's limping quite gingerly out there. Christensen will take the Everton corner. Effort was a good one from Govan. The header is tipped over the bar well. It's the first meaningful save that Ellie Roebuck has had to produce today. Sprung athletically to help the Egarola header over the top.
Comfortable save there by Ellie Roebuck. Yeah. Good footwork and a good strong hand just to push it over the bar.
Another Christensen corner. Everton's best spell of the game. Oh, it's in! Everton are level!
And there's that main threat that I've been talking about. Brilliant in the air.
It just had to be Valerie Gauvin. Now we've got an FA Cup final on.
It's a good job she's still on the pitch for this Everton side, because she's the taliswoman, the leader. She just comes off, she just stands there again. Nobody's picking her up in the box. One of the best headers in the game. Demi Stokes doesn't even put any pressure on her.
She's actually facing away from the goal. It hits the back of her head. Just look. Turns her head away from the goal, but gets the perfect touch onto it. Doesn't matter in any game, let alone a cup final. 6 goals in 9 games in the colours of Everton, and feeling no injury pain right now, Valerie Gauvin.
It's interesting, 2 corner kicks, 2 set pieces, and obviously two headers, both not marked in the box, with Sam Mewis and now Valerie Gauvin.
Lavelle. Manchester City driving forward here with Sam Mewis. City are getting Georgia Stanway ready to come on. This is Chloe Kelly. Takes on Turner, who defends the situation well. And it's a Manchester City corner. There is Georgia Stanway. Started the last 2 FA Cup finals for Manchester City. Was player of the match in the 2019 final and scored in the 3-0 win against West Ham. So knows where the net is in this arena. Now, can Everton defend an Alex Greenwood corner? Not her best this time. We'll get another bite at it. Good delivery in there. Everton have it away for now. And the referee gives Everton a little bit of respite by awarding them the free kick. Manchester City can make their change now if they wish.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Ellen White's had a quiet game today. Not her usual self.
No.
Hasn't really had the service either.
No, not
down
figured
the
a great
middle.
deal.
But Georgia Stanway's a player that is full of confidence. A little bit more mobile, I would say. She'll just be a straight switch for Ellen in that number 9 role. Ellen White will be disappointed with that to come off so early into the second half. But it's a great change for Manchester City, because Georgia Stanway is a terrific player and likes to have that number 9 role, hold the ball up, turn, drive at players. She's very good 1v1. That's something that Ellen White probably isn't her strength, going at players. She's more of a target player. So Manchester City just looking to change it up a little bit.
It's an extraordinary header from Gauvin, isn't it?
It's like a no look, isn't it, at the back of your head? I believe she knows what she's doing in that position, because she's finding herself in the right space at the right time.
Well, do you remember that no-look pass that Ronaldinho used to do in the shirt of Barcelona? It was like that, but with a head. Amazing. And how pleased were Everton that she was able to come back out for the second half after that injury scare.
Maybe it's a bit of mind games from her, Kevin, do you think? Make
Maybe.
Manchester City believe that you're injured.
Yeah, maybe. Here's Turner. She's had her hands full with Chloe Kelly today, but she stuck at it, Danielle Turner, the left back. Mewis. Good steal there from Sevica, or rather Finnegan it was, who found Gauvin. There's a freshness and a drive about Everton now, having equalised, but giving the ball away through Egirola there. unnecessarily. There might be a problem. Offside though. Happy to see the flag there. They were just stretched momentarily, Everton at the back.
Yeah, you can't make mistakes like that. Egarola in the final third of the pitch, and it leads to this. Roosevelt just needs to hold her run. She is offside.
But everything pointed prior to this 50th Women's FA Cup final that Everton would be competitive. And they are all of that. Raso wins the free kick, to the surprise of Demi Stokes.
They've certainly settled into this game, especially the second half. They've had more of the ball. They're a little bit more composed on it. I think for the first half there was a little bit, paid too much respect to Manchester City. They just said, okay, you can have the ball, you break us down. Whereas obviously they're a goal down, they were a goal down, and just needed to get on the ball and find themselves a little bit more.
I think you've just given Willie Kirk's half-time team talk there, Kelly. I think that was probably it, word for word.
I think it's probably to believe in yourselves a little bit. They've come out a different looking outfit.
Now, we've had two headed goals from set pieces. What say Everton here? Christensen to deliver. Into a dangerous area. Well, she put it right where she would have wanted to there, Izzy Christensen. No takers.
This is great. A dead ball specialist, Izzy Christensen. The accuracy that she has on it. Lucy Graham just can't get on the end of it.
She was the closest, the Everton captain. Manchester City got extra goal power in Georgia Stanway, who hit a hat-trick in the fifth round win against Ipswich Town. Sorensen. Needs to be careful here. Nicolene Sorensen, she's just happy to buy herself a throw-in. Jill Scott.
She'll be wanting to get on that pitch, I tell you. She's a winner. She's very, very used to these big games. Big game players, Jill Scott.
Made her England debut as a 19-year-old, a late substitute for one Kelly Smith back in 2006. I wonder if you remember that 4-0 win against the Netherlands. But she adapted very quickly, didn't she? She played in the 2007 World Cup.
They just reached nearly over 150 caps, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic career. Stayed very healthy throughout her whole career, actually. No major injuries, which has enabled her to play for England so many times.
Great character, Jill. May yet have a part to play. A quarter of normal time remaining, and if we're level at the end of that, 30 minutes extra time and possibly penalties to decide the 2020 FA Cup winners. Technically speaking, as I touched on briefly earlier, we'll have two FA Cup finals in the one season, as this is the one that began in the 2019-20 campaign. Excellent reception of the ball there by Raso, but couldn't find a way through. Govan. Strong work there from Demi Stokes. Powers towards that Everton penalty area. Kelly looking to find a way past Turner, who again does well against Chloe Kelly. Those two know each other so well. Everton about to see fresh legs from Manchester City again as Gareth Taylor turns to his bench. going to see Rose Lavelle being replaced by Jess Park. Another player who got a hat-trick in that fifth-round win over Ipswich, 10-0 the score. Only turned 19 11 days ago, Park.
Yeah, she's a good young talent, is Jess Park. Very direct. You'll see when she gets the ball at her feet, she's going to go straight for that defender in a 1v1 situation. You can see Gareth Taylor's intent in bringing on two attacking players. He wants to go out and get this second goal.
Rose Lavelle showing the effort that she provided in close to 70 minutes out there. Well, from here on in, it'll come down to will and desire, who wants it more.
You'll see the switch to Chloe Kelly's been moved over to the left, and Jess Park's come out onto the right. She's naturally right-footed, but Chloe Kelly does actually, I think, prefer playing on that left-hand side because she can come in and whip that ball in and take shots off her right foot, which is where she's played a lot of her games, started a lot of the games in the early part of the FAWSL campaign.
Not seen so many forward runs from Lucy Bronze in the second half. As Kelly was mentioning, Everton have been more on the ball and more on the front foot, and they have had that equaliser through Govan. What a pity to see the stands empty, as the fans would have been loving this cup final. Weir fed in by Mewis, but no sky blue shirt could get close to that. But that intelligent movement again from Sam Mewis has that innate ability to find space between the lines. Good play there by Graham, really strong in the challenge. Razzo got a little bit more of a moving brief now. Hayley Razzo in by Sorensen, and Govan just wide. Well, Everton that close to taking the lead in the FA Cup final. Excellent attack from Willie Kirk's side, and Manchester City breathe a sigh of relief. Govan injured again, but she attacked the cross from Sorensen really bravely here.
Just that run by Sorensen, just found herself on the backside of Lucy Bronze. Lucy Bronze didn't know she was there. It's a brilliant cross in, that near post run by Galvin. She's going to be disappointed. That is a glorious opportunity for Galvin.
Came off her shoulder in the end, under pressure, albeit from Steph Horton.
When they get those type of quality crosses in, she's always going to be there. She's always going to be knocking and being dangerous.
When that cross came in from Sorensen, I saw Kelly's head move forward. Old habits die hard. This is Kelly coming in off that left flank, as you mentioned, onto that right foot, but unable to trouble McIver.
That's her forte, Chloe Kelly, getting you at the top of the box, onto her stronger foot, misplacing Izzy Christensen on her feet.
It's fascinatingly poised. Everton have been much improved in the second half. They found their feet at Wembley, their first appearance at the National Stadium. Turner. Manchester City with this 100% success in FA Cup finals. Weir. Stokes These are the areas where Everton have improved when Manchester City are in those wide positions, not finding their way through quite as easily as they were earlier in the match. Quiet word for Georgia Stanway there. Izzy Christiansen not best pleased with the challenge.
That's just frustration there by the young Georgia Stanway. She's still a young, top talented player, but just showing she shouldn't really go to ground there.
She got plenty of verbals from the combative Izzy Christiansen. It's not the kind of player you want to be doing that to. Sorensen, can she find a pass here? Turns into a little bit of space. Support from Christiansen in towards Govan. Everton the better side at the moment.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. They're just a little bit more relaxed on the ball, have more composure.
Everton are about to make a change. Chantel Boy-Holorka is on. There she is. Hayley Raso, as you can see, the player to make way. It's a like-for-like change. Boy-Holorka's a winger, come through the ranks at Everton, capped by England at youth level. 1 goal so far this season. She'd give anything to be a scorer in a cup final. No chance has been taken here with Alex Greenwood over a knock to the head.
Gemma Bonner will be, I'm sure, waiting and ready at the races if Alex Greenwood was to depart.
No, who's that on the phone? Pep? I'm sure he'll be watching. A very watchable cup final. Here's Park. Mewis doesn't have the run of the midfield at the moment. Sam Mewis. Kelly Smith was talking about Izzy Christiansen not being much in the game, but she's been far more prominent in the last 10 minutes or so. She's really arrived into this final.
So yeah, she's found herself on the ball in the middle of the park, and she's just been playing the ball simple, just keeping her team ticking over, keeping possession, which is something they didn't do the first half, but the second half they've looked the better team the last 10 minutes or so.
Turner just needs to guide that carefully. That save from Sandy McIver from Chloe Kelly looking more important now, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. What a brilliant save that was. Is it 2-0 potentially? Very difficult to come back from.
Still amazed at how few touches Keira Walsh has had in this final. I think I've only mentioned her once in the first half in commentary, and in picking up her lack of involvement, that's only her second mention today.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Alex Greenwood and Steph Houghton have really been dominant on the ball at the back and not really finding Keira Walsh. I think that's credit to Lucy Graham, who's always putting pressure on Keira Walsh and not letting her dictate the play through the Manchester City midfield area.
Yeah, that's a key role the Everton captain has played, sacrificed herself to some extent. To a ball by Horton. Sorensen couldn't retain possession. Here's Kelly. Good-looking shot, which certainly had McIver interested. Georgia Stanway with the effort.
It's a clever play there by Georgia Stanway. She just comes off her mark, just one touch, one back step, and then releases the ball so quickly, just a little bit off target. That's where she likes to find the ball, in that 10 area. She likes to get on the ball, turn and face and drive, or take a shot.
Well, as an ex-Everton player, I'm sure Phil Neville will probably be rooting for his former club, but against so many of his current international players who wear the colours of England in the sky blue of Manchester City today, virtually the entire team. Yellow card coming out here for Stanway. Got away with a ticking off earlier, but not this time. Got there as soon as she could, she'll tell you, but it's certainly late.
Just below the shin guard, that is quite painful.
Good firm challenge in there from Sevica, who's stayed down. Ball over the top looking for Govan. Demi Stokes able to find Ellie Roebuck. Nasty looking injury this for Everton. I think it's Egarolo who's down, isn't it? Yeah. Spaniard went full-blooded into the challenge. Jess Park wasn't going to back out of it.
That right foot, it looks to have got caught in the turf as Jess Park rolls over onto her. Couldn't be released.
Well, they will be feeling optimistic, Willie Kirk and his backroom staff there, with this much improved second. Whatever he said at half-time, I have to check Kelly's phone just to make sure he didn't ring her.
I think it's just all confidence and belief. They didn't have that in the first half. They gave Manchester City too much respect, just sat off and let Manchester City come onto them. And you could tell they were a little bit nervous, but they've certainly addressed that at half-time and come out a whole different look and a whole different outfit of a team. Confidence, playing the ball forward, getting it out wide, looking for crosses. It's just been, you know, two different teams each half for Everton. They've kept themselves right in the game.
Gareth Taylor, the head coach of Manchester City, having quite a few words there with Sam Mewis whilst Egarola was treated. She's going to return. Here's Kira Walsh. Lucy Bronze. Greenwood. Evidence today, Kelly, of just how much the women's game has improved out of all proportion when you first started your career, in every respect.
Yeah, massively. You know, I left England very frustrated as a young kid because of the professionalism of the game wasn't where I wanted it to be. We were training 2 nights a week. I got a soccer scholarship to come over to the States to Seton Hall University, and for me that was a dream come true because I was playing every day with the ball at my feet and wanting to improve and wanting to get better, and I couldn't do that in England. But now it's come full circle. The game here now is fully professional. all the clubs really back it and give it the funding and the support and the resources, and you can see that this league is probably the best, or like we were talking earlier, if not going to be the best in the next few years, because of all the top talent want to come over and ply their trade in this league now.
Here's Sorensen. Oh, and that was awkward for Roebuck. She had to be guarded at a near post there, Ellie Roebuck. It was meant as a cross, but it might just have crept in without the goalkeeper's intervention. Corner, Everton.
She had to be on her toes there, Ellie Roebuck. It was a cross. Could have snuck in at the near post there.
Well, I think it would have done. It actually just kissed off the post, off the goalkeeper's palm. Inside the last 5 minutes of normal time. Lucy Graham just being attended to. Saw one on the ankle.
That looks painful.
See how she just turned her right ankle there. Been there before.
Yeah, that is very painful when your ankle goes out to in. Hopefully she can run that off, but tomorrow that'll be very, very sore. Need to get a lot of ice on that later. But there's been some good tackles going on though. You know, no team is letting up in this game. It means so much to either side that they're all putting their bodies on the line to pick up that trophy.
Christensen with the Everton corner. And they get their noses in front for the first time. Danielle Turner, momentarily the number 3, just unmarked for anything that might come her way. An unattended catch for Ellie Roebuck. Lucy Bronze, just 3 minutes plus additional time away from extra time. Testimony to the fitness of the players. We were just touching on the improvements that have made in the game, and Kelly talking about full-time professionals. That's why they are as fit as they are, and nobody showing any signs of flagging. Caroline Weir. Walsh. Not the touch that Everton were looking for there. Real miscue from Boy Halorka. Lucy Graham hobbles back on. This is Mewis. And they were quick to close. She had to snatch at the shot in the end.
The Everton player did well here to get close. Just try and put her off. You don't want Sam Mewis at the top of the box. We saw her a couple of times in this game already having too much time.
Well, this is not a case of Everton earning Manchester City's respect. City already fully respected their opposition in this cup final before a ball was kicked. After all, they're being one of the form teams in the WSL, Everton, so far this season, unbeaten. Manchester City have only won 2, drawn 2 and lost 1 of their first 5 league games. They've got more experience, certainly more experience at Wembley, as Bronze crosses, and it's stabbed over the top by the former Everton player, Chloe Kelly. That was a chance to win it.
Lucy Bronze does extremely well what she does best down this right-hand side, using her pace and power. Precision of the cross is perfect, and Chloe Kelly just arrives at the right time but just can't get her head over it, and the side of her foot keep the ball low.
Don't think she fully committed to it. When you're leaning back like that, that's usually the end result. Chance to have written her name large in the headlines there, Chloe Kelly.
It's a glorious opportunity. A couple of minutes to go. Should be disappointed with that, not to get her head over it and connect properly.
I'm understanding from pitch side there's going to be a minimum of 6 additional minutes. We have had 2 or 3 stoppages. Jess Park. Good work again there by Turner. She's had an excellent game. She had problems with Chloe Kelly in the opening 20 minutes, but since then she's got better and better, the Everton left back.
Yeah, she's not got really anything. Jess Park has not really got anything out of Turner down this right-hand side since Chloe Kelly's moved across. She's been very solid.
This is Caroline Weir. Mewis again closed down well.
It's brilliant there. I think that was Finnegan come across and stopped Sam Mewis turning and shooting at the top of the box. It's what you want from your defenders. Really alert. No shots down from the top of that box.
Approaching the second of the extra 6 minutes. Here's Park looking to take on Turner again. Still with Park. Weir. Everton getting Molly Pike ready on the substitutes bench, 19-year-old midfielder. Manchester City finishing the game strongly now. Stanway, stretching to deliver the pass, and Everton can get out with Lucy Graham. Sorensen couldn't pick out her captain. And chance now for Molly Pike to enter this cup final.
Just seeing that last phase of play, Everton had 10 players behind the ball, just Galvin up top, just soaking up the pressure, trying to see out the final minutes. Just good defending all around there by the Everton players.
And Lucy Graham's injured, so the captain limps her way off. For the introduction of Molly Pike as captain England at under 19 level. Once in the youth ranks at Chelsea, joined Everton in 2019. Any goal now likely to be a winning goal, a trophy winning goal. Sam Mewis, who opened the scoring today, measured across, but nobody positioned well enough. Demi Stokes moves onto that well though. Caroline Weir! Another glorious chance goes begging for Manchester City.
My word, Caroline Weir. All the time, space. Just have to get your head over the ball. Oh, how she would want that one back. Brilliant play here by Demi Stokes. Just cuts the ball back. Oh, just up and over. Didn't get her head over the ball to connect properly. Could have won it there for Manchester City, right at the death.
One hand on the trophy there. Desperate for a bit of possession, Everton. Can't find it. Park. It's a good steal, that'll settle the nerves a little.
Everton now defending for their lives these last three remaining minutes. Backs against the walls. Just have to see this game out if they can. Try and get it into extra time.
Well, from Everton's perspective, they certainly deserve to take it to extra time. Slight underdogs today. It's Weir trying to make amends, and she's rattled the bar. Gareth Taylor winces on the sidelines. may not be Manchester City's day.
Brilliant play there by Sam Ewis. Just comes in, plays the ball slightly across to Caroline Weir, who then bends it round just onto the bar. So close.
Fine margins between success and failure. Wait a moment, here come Everton with Sorensen showing plenty of energy, and she's forced the corner as we head towards the final 60 seconds.
It's a great end to this game, isn't it? End to end. Caroline Weir could have won it on 2 occasions, and now we're back up the other end in Manchester City's half for the set piece or the corner kick.
Well, you and I, Kelly, couldn't wait for this final, and it hasn't disappointed. Izzy Christiansen, the former Manchester City player, FA Cup winner in the sky blue of City. Christiansen.
So you have to stay concentrated here now, especially with Galvin being so dominant in the air.
Step forward. A hero for Everton, not there. Egirola, who met it and harmlessly wide. It looks as though we're going all the way through 30 minutes of extra time. Stokes. Park, who since she came on has offered really good width down this near side. Bronze. 6 minutes are up, and it will be extra time. Wembley Stadium is going to be a punishing